This week at NASA.
3, 2, 1. Fueling tower separates and booster ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff of the Soyuz rocket as Alexander Kaleri, Scott Kelly, and Oleg Skropochka begin their journey to the International Space Station.
Following several days of traditional pre-launch activities and preparations, the Expedition 25 crew successfully launched aboard a Soyuz rocket to begin its two-day journey to the International Space Station. Soyuz Commander Alexander Kaleri and flight engineers Scott Kelly and Oleg Skropochka are joining Expedition 25 Commander Doug Wheelock and flight engineers Fyodor Yurchikhin and Shannon Walker, all of whom have been in orbit aboard the complex since June.
It was exciting to watch him, rocket off into space one more time. It's the third time I've seen him do this. He's certainly having a really exciting time right now, especially that first 8.5 minutes of a rocket ride into space is just an incredible experience, and it was great for all of us to get to see it.
Expedition 25 is the 25th long-duration mission to the International Space Station.
Recognized for 1 minute.
The United States Congress has approved the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Authorization Act of 2010. The bill provides NASA with a clear path forward and helps put America's space program on a more sustainable trajectory.
NASA is an investment in our future and the future of our children. The United States has been a global leader in space exploration and technology and innovation, and our efforts over the remainder of the Congress should be aimed at preserving that leadership position.
Provisions in the legislation will extend the life of the International Space Station, launch a commercial space transportation industry, develop path-breaking technologies, work to create thousands of new jobs, and help inspire a new generation of Americans to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Today we take a step towards restoring the goals worthy of a great nation. And in doing so, we are saying to the men and women of NASA, currently and those to come, that this nation still chooses to explore.
This is an image of a meteorite that was found and examined last month by NASA's Mars Exploration Rover Opportunity. The meteorite was first revealed in images taken on September 16th. This close-up was captured 8 days later by Opportunity's panoramic camera. Inspection by a microscopic imager and spectrometer on the rover's arm confirmed the rock to be a nickel-iron meteorite. Opportunity's team has informally dubbed the find Eilean Rua, the Gaelic name for an island off the coast of northwestern Ireland. And now, centerpieces.
Okay, so now let me get into the more interesting part.
The Kepler Science Working Group met at the Ames Research Center to review the progress of the Kepler mission and discuss its future plans. This international group of scientists convenes every 3 months to review data they're getting from Kepler and devise strategies for sharing and distributing their discoveries.
I actually feel looking at the data like a boy at the seaside picking up pretty shells, and I'm fortunate to have all these experts, these astronomers and astrophysicists, that can look at these beautiful light curves that we're producing and understand the scientific import of these light curves and make these grand discoveries that have never been made possible before by any other instrument or mission.
Kepler is on a 3.5-year mission to search for Earth-sized planets in our galaxy. After 1 year in space, Kepler has collected more and better data than some researchers had expected. The spacecraft has already discovered several exoplanets much larger and hotter than Earth. Scientists hope to eventually find smaller, habitable planets with liquid water that could sustain life as we know it. The Kepler team has even more to celebrate this week. The software system devised at Ames for use by mission scientists to locate Earth-sized exoplanets has been selected as the agency's Software of the Year by NASA's Software Advisory Panel. Kepler's Science Operations Center software system is a suite of 22 custom-designed tools for processing, analyzing, and storing transit photometry and engineering data.
Family and friends of Kennedy Space Center employees were treated to a look behind the scenes during the 2010 Family and Take Our Children to Work Day celebration. center facilities were open to guests so they could learn about vehicle processing, launch operations, and other center functions. Visitors toured the orbiter processing facility, had an opportunity to meet an astronaut, and walk inside the enormous vehicle assembly building. A tour highlight was the drive by Launch Pad 39A to see Space Shuttle Discovery poised for its targeted November 1st liftoff.
After undergoing a major overhaul and upgrades, the Boeing NASA X-48B blended wing body research aircraft has resumed flight tests at the Dryden Flight Research Center. The subscale, manta ray-shaped airplane is supporting NASA's Environmentally Responsible Aviation, or ERA, project.
That was kind of cool looking.
The project aims to develop the technology needed to create quieter, cleaner, and more fuel-efficient airplanes for the future. The remotely piloted X-48B flew 80 test flights over 3 years during the project's first phase, July 2007 through March 2010. From sea to shining sea, America's national parks are home to some of the most breathtaking views on Earth. Now, NASA is helping the National Park Service alert its millions of annual visitors to an attraction in the sky above their campsites. To commemorate the 10th anniversary of continuous human life, work, and research on the International Space Station, NASA has added the coordinates for 500 national parks, seashores, historic sites, monuments, and wild and scenic rivers to its list of locations, for which it calculates opportunities to see the ISS as it passes overhead. Free from urban light pollution, parks like Yosemite and the Appalachian National Scenic Trail can provide a much clearer view of the orbiting complex as it travels 200-plus miles above Earth. Park rangers will also publicize the information at campgrounds and various landmarks. Check out sighting times in your area at spaceflight.nasa.gov. Go to Real-Time Data and click on Sighting Opportunities. And that's This Week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, log on to www.nasa.gov.